So I needed a break, and the location I actually picked this time round was Amsterdam. Uh, as usual, just to literally top it off, as you like the way my flights have been going recently, it's like every flight I get on has to be delayed. But the days that I don't want it to be, well, I've only ever missed a flight once, and that day it would have been great if it was delayed that day. But you know, of course, that wasn't gonna happen.
It was definitely Gary. Looked at Gary now. Gary's like, yeah, you're gonna have to go downstairs, mate. Yeah. You're gonna have to go downstairs. Like, yeah, and just speak to EasyJet because EasyJet's clearly. That's basically in the most dickhead way. He was like, yeah, you're not getting on, mate. Go downstairs.
No longer valid.
I was thinking, yeah, this guy's taking a mick, but we shall land it.
Essentially, well, let's explain the Gary situation. So, good old Gary, we got to the airport, I'll say like an hour 30 before our flight, or even more than that anyway. And it turns out our flight was actually delayed by 30 to 45 minutes, I think it was. So essentially what happened was we were relaxing at the airport. You could see us just goofing around at the airport. And then it turns out, we need to go past the gate 30 minutes before our the regular departure time. So regardless of the delay. So when we went to go scan our passes, it just said, yeah, well, you can't scan your passes anymore, something along those lines. And obviously we spoke to the guy that was there, and he was like, yeah, you're gonna have to go downstairs and so on and so on. That's why we just dubbed him the name Gary, because he was being so extra, and he wasn't even I didn't even think he even gave us a chance to even explain like that, oh, our flight's delayed. He just said, yeah, go downstairs, and that's why we dubbed him that name. But do you guys notice did you notice the size of the cycle lane? It's crazy. For like, I would actually wonder, like, if someone actually came over from the Netherlands over to the UK and saw our cycle lanes, they'll be thinking, what's this, like, what's going on here? But essentially we needed to step out because we actually, well, my cream got rubbed, because I packed that cream at the last second. Just before I left, I was like, oh, I need cream. And then it turns out I was just literally just taking it to go gift it to the airport, because they just took it and just said, yeah, you're not getting that back. So we stepped out for some cream, and then we actually needed a charger as well, because my laptop, I was like, oh, my laptop's on good battery, but then I was like, wait, hold on, what about when it dies? And it turns out, yeah, I needed a charger, so that was essential that we had to step out and grab just before we started the day off. Like, it was needed. If you don't have this when you go, or day off, you're fucked.
28 times 12. Okay, some days I'll be looking lighter than other days.
It's gone off. We're going down.
And then the next thing on our list was bikes, and obviously then food. But we were gonna, okay, you know what, let's actually bike to go and get food. And these locks, I don't like, we didn't understand the locks at first, but then, once you understand something, it looks so simple in the first place. Because I remember the guy that actually gave us the keys, he was like, when he came out there to show us, because we unlocked it and then we didn't know how to take out the key. And he came out there, he's like, it's so easy. And we're thinking, well, of course, like, yeah, like, we understand it now, but we didn't know how to even set up the whole thing. And it was just crazy. But these bikes, it wasn't too expensive, actually. I think it was like 18 or 16 euros for like 2 days, but then you had to pay a deposit of 50. Well, which you got, the deposit was refundable.
Oh, no, this one, I mean, yeah. Okay, these are the bikes.
So
it's really easy.
If the tires burst, what do you do? If the tires burst,
it's crazy, isn't it? Fucking hell. You can't do that in the UK. Like, you have to get the whole CV. I wonder if they have to get licenses and that, or it's just a case of just hop on and yeah, that's it.
And see what they are measuring.
The craziest thing is that we saw like I don't know, we'll call it a ped. I don't know what, I guess you call it just a motorcycle or something along those lines. Anyway, we call it a ped over in the UK. But essentially that was on the cycle lane, and we were just so amazed. Oh, trust me, it was hot. But it was good. It was a breakfast club that we went to, and the food was actually pretty good. It was so good. The service was so good. Like, the person that served was so good. We gave her a tip. But we ended up at the Heineken experience because we wanted to get a tour of the place. But it turns out you had to get there at a certain time. Like, the tour closed at a certain time, while like the whole building itself still closed at a different time. So here we are trying to get in, and obviously they were like, yeah, well, you're too late. And well, it wasn't the end of the world anyway. It was something that we wanted to see, but it wasn't too much. Main thing is that we got to watch the Champions League final, and Real Madrid won as we thought they were going to win anyway. And it's just like, it was quite obvious that they were going to win, but it was all in all, it was a good experience. I would actually go back again. It was so windy though, but it felt like the UK, I guess.